Hi, this is Kevin Croke, head coach at UCD Rugby Club. In this series of interviews, in conjunction with club sponsor Crowe, we talk to past and present players who share their memories of the club and how it has impacted their career both on and off the field. In this video, we talk to Sean O'Brien, who tells us about his experiences in Tullow, UCD, Leinster and London Irish. So, Shawnee, thanks for your time again in doing this. The two themes that we will look at are kind of fostering talent and forging relationships. We might deal with forging relationships first. You were, like myself, a country kid coming up to a city club in UCD. How did you find that transition from home into UCD, and what were the first couple of relationships that you made in the club that helped you to settle in?
Yeah, it was, I suppose it was a strange enough time for me actually in my life, moving from home to UCD. But I kind of had to embrace a new chapter and a new environment and new people pretty quickly, because you don't have your family or your brother or your sister or anyone that's around the corner from you anymore. It's you're on your own in the big smoke, as I said. And I suppose when I first went into UCD, the one good thing that was there straight away was good people, and having the rugby club there and having good neighbours actually beside me in Merville. I was living on campus at the time, and it made it so easy. There was 4 country girls who all played camogie living opposite me, and they were right crack, and they used to leave the door open for me to go in and watch home and away, because I hadn't that channel for some reason in my flat. I'd the rest of them. I'd 1, 3 and 4 or something, I think, but they used to leave that open for me. And after training or after a lecture, I used to nip back there and watch home and away at lunchtime, and sometimes eat some of their food. But so that was quite nice that I had a connection, I suppose, with people straight away from my own background as well. They were all from farming backgrounds, and then some of the lads I was living with, I was playing rugby with as well, and then I was in the Leinster Academy, so I had Fergus McFadden and a few of these boys that I was seeing every day as well, that I kind of embraced and got to know really quickly. And then on the rugby side of it, I suppose you were there at that stage as well, a countryman that I knew.
You came to UCD as an emerging talent player. How did your time in UCD help you to develop your playing talents?
I think the second year I was there, near the halfway through the season, I think I got onto the first team. And I suppose training with the academy at the time and training with the first with UCD as well, and it gives you that confidence that you're able to physically, I suppose, match an older man. And I suppose I had that team that we had at that stage, and you were involved in it, had a lot of experienced AIL players who had played a lot of games. And I don't remember like one person or anything like that having a massive influence, but the whole team was just good and it was experienced. And I was looking around going, well, these boys have been here before, they played at the highest level for a long period of time. Make sure I embrace it and learn and take something from each of them. There was a lot of lads, in fairness, in UCD that were really into their weights and fit people. And I kind of, that side of things, I kind of looked at other people, even you and all the other back rowers that were in there, and they were like really minding themselves and looking after themselves, for players who were just playing with UCD and playing in that AIL competition. So that was a bit of an eye-opener, saying that I needed to make sure that I was looking after myself as best as possible and trying to develop and not having breakfast rolls on a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. No, I think the overall part of it was just I had a really good group of lads around me that I could learn off, and knew that they'd have my back as well, a young fella that's after coming into the team. And that made me feel comfortable, and that made me kind of express myself and just play rugby and enjoy myself.
Is there any one moment that you remember from your time playing in UCD that sticks out to you?
I think one of the most enjoyable moments in terms of how close we got afterward was the relegation match against Banbridge. Was it Banbridge? No, was it Banbridge?
Belfast Harlequins, the 6-3.
Belfast Harlequins, that's it. That was it. Andy Ward was playing for them. I remember after that game just being so happy to be a part of that team at the time, and we dug in and got the result that we needed. But looking around, I was like, this means so much more to so many more people than just us on the field. I think that was a big moment as well of how influential, I suppose, a club has on a lot of people. And there mightn't be people actually directly involved in it, but the overall picture is that they care about the place, and that stood out for me after that. And the night after was good crack too, mind you. So we definitely that day and the day after that was a special time actually.
How did you find your time in UCD helped you to develop as a talented player?
I think I had very good coaches for starters. At under 20s level when I first came in, and I think there was good people around me at that stage as well. And as I said about you boys in the senior squad and everything like that, but between UCD and Leinster, I had good sound people who were very honest too, that probably questioned me and made me think about things differently. There was certain parts of my game that I didn't know enough about, and those coaches, I suppose, you talk about fostering talent, they put the wheels on the right track and kind of kept following up with me as well and made sure that I was developing the way I wanted to, and and probably what they seen from me too was a big thing. So they seen something in me and they tried to manage that as best they can.
What are the couple of things that you're doing to help the talents around you to develop in London Irish?
So I said to myself, I'm going to have conversations for 2 or 3 weeks here and get to know the ins and outs of the club and ins and outs of different personalities. And that's probably been one of the biggest things that I tried to do early on, was actually talk to people and listen rather than talk to people and tell them. I had conversations, I asked questions, I listened to people, got a flavour for what they were like. And you kind of get to know the traits of different people then. And then you can start, if you know that, I think that's one of the biggest learnings for me over here. When I knew that about different people and I knew them, kind of got under their skin a little bit, I knew how to deal with them then, and I knew how to teach them.